Hello and thank you for pressing play. Welcome to A Beer with Bear or any other beverage. This is episode 58, and our guest for this one, we have Johnny Toxik, who is a guitarist and the singer of the Gutter Demons. And I'm here with the boys. We got Frank Warrented.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. Good to see you. Looking good, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Still training, I see that. And George.
What's up, Bear?
Good to see you, too.
I'm waiting for you to tell me if I look good.
Are you still training?
No.
By the way, congratulations, Frank. I know you came in second place on your jiu-jitsu tournament.
Thank you.
Even though you were wearing Crocs.
Vans, Crocs.
They're Crocs.
Surfer shoes.
At least you're not trying to out like your friend like last time. Oh, Chris wears Crocs too.
Well, he does, but that's different.
Yeah, save your own skin. By the way, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
It's 2022, and it looks like you boys are finally over your New Year's hangovers.
Kind of.
Yes, I am, but I got a new one.
He's got a new one, that's right. All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, Johnny, our guest. So it was a pleasure catching up with him again. He's been on the show before, actually twice. On episode 14, we did an interview with him in the Gutter Demons at the Seaport Hotel, and then again on episode 26 in the parking lot of the Airliner in Los Angeles. This time, though, he joins us via Zoom from Canada. Montreal, Canada, I believe, Frank. Is that correct? Montreal?
I believe so.
I hope so. Well, either way, he wasn't in the room with us. He was via Zoom, so you might hear some delay. It's just technology. What can we do?
Via satellite.
Yeah. We caught up on what he's been up to since the pandemic. As we all know, he can't really tour right now. Last time we spoke, and what he likes to call normal life. The Gutter Demons' last album, Ritual. He found employment. That was kind of an ongoing joke for a while. He was unemployed. And the last time he was in the States, he talks about, it was in 2020, right as the pandemic unfolds. So he talks about that experience about being on the road and things shutting down on him as he got further east and having to eventually just cancel the tour and head home. We touched a bit on the unfortunate news about the Gutter Demons announcing they have broken up for good. His new project, Demonstöne, not Gutterstone. I almost said it again. Very, very embarrassing. What else, Frank?
I think that's it.
That's it, George. Anything else I forgot or missed?
No, you covered everything.
Okay, covered everything. Oh my God, you are hungover. All right, then. So Jonathan is a really good friend of the show, and we look forward to next time we see him perform out here. Beer with Bear is available where podcasts are heard. Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Republic, to name a few, Libsyn, and SoundCloud.com. If you like what you hear, please be sure to hit subscribe, leave a rating, and leave a positive review. And while you're at it, share with your friends. By doing that, not only you support the show, but you also support the artists who come on. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram under Beer with Bear Pod, and Twitter at Beer with Bear. There you'll find pictures, updates for upcoming episodes, and it's also the best way to contact us. We'd love to hear from you. Theme music by Chris Helking, graphic design by Jeremy Fletcher, mixing and post-production by Ryan Miles. Thank you very much, and enjoy. All right, so we are officially started. Speaking of caveman, we got Jonathan Toxik from the Gutter Demons. The last time we spoke was actually last year, probably around. It was right when the pandemic was at its the lockdown, the beginning of the lockdown, the first one where we thought it was only going to be 2 weeks.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I was actually re-listening to get ready for this meeting. I was re-listening to what's it called? That interview. Also, I didn't release it. Plus, the first two times you came on, the one from at the hotel room, which was 207, not 209, and then that time we're at the parking lot of the Airliner. Both very, very good interviews. I had a blast with you.
Yeah, no, that was great.
And it was funny because when I was re-listening to that one we did last year, I guess around, I'll say April-ish, it was like a time capsule because it was such things we were talking about, you know. You were kind of cheering me up because I was all bummed out because I did like a stream interview and I was having technical issues and I was cutting in and out and I was like pissed. You're like, it's okay. I was watching a bunch of them. They all do that.
Yeah.
So where have you been? I guess the past it's been like over a year now. What you been up to since that happened?
Well, music-wise, has been the first little while was pretty quiet. So I catch up a little bit on like the normal life, like getting a job and wait for everything to start over. Because I mean, here in Canada, it's still a little touchy with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And music-wise, like I've been working with my new band, like the Demonstones. We're actually like working on songs right now.
Oh, you have a new band?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is it still going to be psychobilly or a different genre?
Well, I mean, the psychobilly is still there. Like there's still an upright bass player. But I'd say that like we're trying as much as possible, like to expand our the influences that we put inside, like the songs and the music in general. So yeah, there's still like psychobilly elements to it for sure. But I wouldn't say that it would be like straight up psycho, like we used to do, like with the Gutter Demons.
Cool, can't wait to hear it, man. You said
Demonstöne project been? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Demonstone.
Okay. Oh, Stone. Oh,
yeah, and we're supposed to be recording our first length in March. So like right now we're getting the songs together, like working on, like today actually I was like working on lyrics and stuff. So by March we'll be in studio and try to bring something out as soon as possible.
And these members, these new members, it's a 3-piece. How many members are in it?
Still a 3-piece, yeah. On the drums we have Alex, was the last Gutter Demons drummer. So he stick around like for that project. And on the bass we have a good friend Carl, who's been playing with a bunch of bands like up here in Canada, like Matchless, and a legendary band from Ontario called the Matadors. So we're
cool.
So we're working on the material right now. Like try to jam as much as we can. Like so, it's been going good.
George just actually walked in right now. I don't know if I want to say hi to Jonathan George. It's been a couple of years since you've seen him.
What's up, Jonathan?
Hey George, how you doing?
How's it going? Good. Like the new look.
Thank you, man.
Good.
We're talking about Caveman, right? That's what's going on there.
Yeah.
So you're asking a question, Frank? I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
Oh, that's cool. Once you guys are ready to start playing the shows, how is it like the environment in you're in Montreal, right?
Yep.
How is it there with regarding playing shows? Are they allowing this kind of stuff?
Yeah, they are allowing, but it's right now like venues are at 50% capacity. You have to show your like vaccine passport and wear a mask as much as possible. But yeah, like it's still pretty shaky right now. Like there's a lot of cases. Like the cases are going up like really fast, like all across Canada. So we don't know exactly what's gonna happen with all that. But like I mean, basically what governments from different provinces up here are trying to do is to try to keep the hospital like running and not get like overwhelmed. So that's why they're asking people as much as possible, to try to stay away from public places and like wear a mask and wash your hands and like everything else. But yeah, like it's still going on like here. And how about you guys down in California? Are you guys able like to play shows and everything?
Yeah, the shows are more like in Orange County, which they don't care. Like, I didn't even think you had to show a Vax passport, whatever you want to call it. And then there's only like one place in LA that I've seen.
I know places like Orange County, certain areas like that. They don't care. Me and George went to a comedy show out there. We walked in with a mask and people looked at us like we were crazy.
Oh yeah, Simi Valley.
That was Simi Valley. Yeah. Oh my God.
You walk in with a mask, it seems like you're crazy.
Yeah. So we we took it off, And it's comedy, so there's a lot of laughter. So we're a little. This is when the Delta was first hitting, so we're a little nervous about that. But we were both fine, and we had a good time. No pizza though. But for the most part, it's mostly open out here. I mean, it's just a little tight. You just gotta wear the mask, except when you eat, you take it off. It's kind of weird, but yeah, there's restrictions, but not what it was, say this time last year.
Yeah.
But who knows with the holidays coming up? Usually around November, December, or they start locking things down. So hopefully, we'll be okay. But yeah, on a positive note, though, like I said, it's really good to see you. I had trouble getting a hold of you because you're off social media. I was like, shit, is this like, I wasn't sure if the number I had was still an accurate number.
Yeah, no, I decided to take a break from the whole Facebook thing, just for my fucking sanity, because I don't know, man. Since for a little while now, it's just people complaining and fucking fighting with each other, and I fucking this and that, and I was just like, well, you know what? I got some other stuff to do. I have to take care of the writing parts of the new band. I got a job now and everything. In the meantime, so I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just do something else. You just got a TV, so now I can watch TV.
Yeah, you could watch your crime documentaries. I know you're into serial killers we talked about. And I know with podcasting growing, there's a lot of crime shows now you kind of dig your teeth into.
That's true. I started listening. I started to listen to a podcast about the Zodiac killer, but I don't know, man. It's cool to listen to it, but there's no image support, so it kind of I don't get as much into it as documentaries, video documentaries, But no, I got a bunch of people telling me there's a bunch of shows that I should watch, and so I guess I'll take the winter to to watch a few things,
Yeah, there's actually too many shows. It's kind of hard to pick what to watch. I know George always tells me, "Did you see this show?" Or someone else should see that show. I'm like, no, man, there's so many shows. It's really
exactly.
I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And
I still didn't see Squid Games.
No, me neither. No, I didn't. I don't have Netflix, but yeah, I feel that even television series, in TV shows, it has to be a blast, right from the start, because people are, they're not going to stick around 2-3 episodes before something start happening, So it's there was a bunch of guys that told me that I should watch Yellowstone.
I heard that, yeah. Brandon Shaw keeps talking about it.
Yeah, never heard of it. Or got one of my actually Alex, with my drummer, he got me a password for Disney Plus, so I watch some Star Wars, But I've noticed that there's tons of series, tons of stuff on there. So I'm yeah, pretty much saying goodbye to the outside world, and I'll just be watching TiVo, for the next few months. But I mean, up here in Canada, winter is just coming. It's just beginning. So it's gonna be freezing cold for the next 6 months. So we got something to do,
Yeah,
6 months, dude. What the
damn?
fuck?
Yes, that's a long time. I was thinking too. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I don't like to watch too much. I like to get out, but when it's freezing cold, I have no idea what that's like. I was bitching about the weather. It was 52 the other day, and I was crying.
Yeah, winter for us is putting on a jacket finally.
2 jackets.
Yeah, if I gotta put a scarf on, oh my god, this is insane.
Yeah, I'm still
It's the end of the world.
I'm still not like 100% comfortable with like the conversion between Fahrenheit and Celsius. The only thing I know is that I think we meet at -40, and yeah, that's about it. For the rest, like right now, it's been about like it was a warm week this week. Like it was like +5, but usually around that time of year, like it goes up to -20. You know, it snows and everything. But like this year, it's kind of mild. You know, so it's not too bad yet. But it's just a matter of time. It's coming. We can't escape it.
So going back, you said that you're employed now. The reason we kind of nodded our heads because you were unemployed for a really long time, for both episodes actually. So we joke around like he's unemployed. You know, your job was basically music, and now you're employed. And what are you up to? What are you doing?
Actually, I work in a printing factory. We're printing T-shirts. And I merch for bands and companies and whatnot. Actually, funny thing. I work with Sandro, who used to play drums for the Creep Show, and Colin from the Brains also works with. I work with both of them. So
awesome.
Yeah, no, like like standard factory job. So it's cool. I like it. Like it's a bunch of great guys, having a great time. So it really helps. Like it's got to go back to work. Like at least I do it with like some very, very nice people. So, but yeah, like since the whole like music thing and the touring was down, like when we were touring like quite regularly, I was able like to just do that, and just go on tour. But like last tour that we did, I mean we were in the States and it got cut short, so we never played after that.
That's right, because you were in the States right when it was all starting to lock down. I think you told me last time. You played Kansas City, and then after that everything was canceled, and you had to You had to go back home.
Yeah, exactly. Like the last show was in Kansas City, and we drove like the 20-something hours, like from Kansas City to Montreal. Like get back to our country because like everything was falling apart on our way up the coast. So yeah, man. And when we got to Canada, like like the lockdown was like happening as we fucking drove in, so like everything was closed, like the stores and everything, and the streets are empty. It was just like, wow, it feels like
real.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I mean, when we were in the United States, when we were driving south, we got to Texas and like places like that, everything was normal, but as we were driving back up, that's when it was getting like a little bit more scarier. Like every day, you stop for breakfast, there's like nothing on the tables because like back then they didn't know if you can just get it like from touching like a bottle of ketchup, so it was like crazy.
That when people were disinfecting the groceries or leaving them outside, that like
exactly, and we would stop like for gas and like we couldn't get inside. You have to do like everything at the pump, or we stop at restaurants and they don't allow people inside. It's just like drive through. So yeah, it was quite special, man, to see.
And that was when you were still in the U.S. when that started happening, right? When you started going up towards Canada, you started experiencing that. That's fucking scary because you're in a different country too. You're like, what the fuck? Dude, a week ago I was in a packed room. Now look at it.
Yeah, no, exactly. But like at the same time, I mean, there was no way that we wouldn't be able like to cross the border. I mean, like we're Canadian, they would let us come back in, But no, it was just weird, man, because like everything was happening like so fast at the same time, and like from city to city, as we were driving back home, like you could see that it was getting like tighter, and like the measures were getting tighter and tighter, like on our way up. So yeah, it was like a zombie movie, like in a way.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, a zombie movie. Yeah,
But it's too bad we didn't see any zombies. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping that
they would have taken you out.
But the thing that sucked is like when we got back home, like we had to quarantine because obviously we were like coming from another country. So like I had like we each individual in the band, I had to stay home like for 2 weeks, like with no contact with other people. And I lived with my wife like for 8 years, so she had like to stay at a friend's house like for 2 weeks, and I was just like here all alone, you know. Like she would drop me like a bag of groceries like in front of the door and just like knock, you know, and I not so that we're not in contact, you know, just in case I would have caught it in the States or anything, you know.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's precaution. It's totally normal, but man, it was fucked up, you know. Like, I just get back from tour and I'm stuck alone like for 2 weeks, you know.
Did you ever catch it? I know it's been almost 2 years now, and it kind of went around. I know Frank caught it. I caught it. George has been lucky so far. You've been lucky too?
Yeah, I've been lucky. No, I didn't cut it. I have quite a few friends who caught it, to like different levels, if you like. Like some had like very mild symptoms. Some other were just like fucking like that, but nothing like nobody needed like to be plugged in a machine or anything. But it was like a very, very, very bad like cold from what they were saying. But they had like the whole thing, like, you know, you can't smell, you can't taste, like, you feel like you're fucking dying. But they didn't have like to get plugged like on a respirator or anything, you know. So I mean, lucky for them, you know. I guess their immune system was like strong enough to take it, which is unfortunately not the case for everybody, you know.
Yeah. Well, on a happier note, so I know you and Frank have actually toured together before, right? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you catch any of the last tour when they were here last time around? Did you guys get to play with them? I don't remember.
Damn, dude, I don't remember either. No, I don't think you guys.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't play together. But if I remember correctly, oh man, well, I'm not sure where we played when we were in LA.
I know we played that party in Hemet. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
What at the time? I don't know. Everything's just a blur sometimes, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with playing shows. Like sometimes you just, what was that place again? But I remember that we met in Holland.
Yeah, we did. That was such a surreal experience because I remember like getting into psychobilly and then going on this website that's not even around anymore, wreckingpit.com, and then you click on the bands and then you see like, you know, a young kid that just barely got into the scene. You're like, all right, these are psychobilly bands. Let me check them out. And then one of them was like, you know, the Gutter Demons. You click on it, and then you guys had like the face mask on. You know which photo I'm talking about?
With the horns.
Yeah, with the horns and everything. Yeah.
I remember that picture because I printed it out really small and I taped it onto a lighter. So you know how people steal your lighters? That's my lighter. Why? Because it's got the Gutter Demons on it. I would buy the Gutter Demons lighter, a Leatherface one. I would tape it. Yeah, I remember that image with the masks, with the horns. I mean,
if I remember correctly, that was for that photo shoot was for a little like fanzine cover here in Montreal. A fanzine called Rad. And
they probably just took the image from it.
No, they actually like got some photographer from their crew, you know, like come up and wanted like to do some pictures and do something special. So we were like, yeah, let's get like fucking peanut butter on our faces and horns, and we're gonna go by a railroad track somewhere and take pictures. You know? Yeah. Like we had like those like fake parts that you just glue to your face and make it. The only one who actually had like a straight up mask was our drummer Pat, like from back in the day. Like he has a mask But me and Phil, like we really had like prosthetics like glued to our face.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, and a lot of paint.
Yeah, and a lot of paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried like back in like the early days, like we tried the prosthetic and the stuff on stage, but I mean with the sweat and everything, like well, first of all, it falls off, and second of all, it fucking gets in your eyes, and you're just like, oh my god, you know, like it's painful, you know.
Yeah, the Brains had a story like that too. How they had problems with the makeup going in their eyes. Like no more makeup, no more because their eyes were getting fucked up from it.
Yeah, no, and like they had also like contacts for a couple of years, but you know what happened? You know, like you play your show, you got your fucking like zombie contact, you go party and you forget to take them off. You know, you wake up the next day with fucking eyes. You know, like so.
Frank,
yeah, no,
you went through a makeup phase too, Frank.
Yeah. You know, we all want to dress like Sparky, so we'll put blood in her face. One of our original members, Miguel, he's the one who put like silly putty and like, you know, like all sorts of, yeah, you said peanut butter. But then after a while, like I was kind of like, you know what? I'd rather just focus on the performance.
Yeah, no, exactly. I totally agree. I totally agree with you, Frank. And also like, I mean, like both you and I, you know, like we play guitar, we sing at the same time, you know, so we need to get the least distraction possible, you know, because you know it gets in the way to. Because I remember like one time we're playing this show and I don't know, like just to do like a Gene Simmons on myself, like I had like fake blood in my mouth, and when we hit the distortion on the first song, you know, I just like. But the fucking thing like fell on the guitar, and like all of a sudden everything, like my hands are sticky, the guitar, like it's I can't do anything, you know, everything is like fucked. So yeah, no,
yourself.
Oh yeah, no, like totally. So now after a while, and I mean especially when we came back, you know, like with the unfinished business and everything, it was like, well, you know what, like the props thing and the makeup and like fuck it, man. You know, I want to be comfortable. You know, I'm playing shows. I want to be able to see my guitar and like sing without being like obstructed by by stuff, you know, because that was also a thing when you get like all the prosthetic around your mouth, you're just like, you know, your face cannot move normally, you know, and no, it finally like everything breaks, so it's just like
and we got pedal boards, you gotta set up your amp, and like I don't know, I'd rather just worry about like the sound and getting the mic checked, and that's it. Like sometimes all that other shit, like it distracts you. You might look cool, but are you gonna sound cool?
Make sure your hair is good. So as long as your hair is good, you'll be fine.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like sometimes it looks good, but it doesn't take away. I mean, we're like looking cool doesn't take away from the music, you know. Like if your set sucks, like you can have props and like fucking strippers and like spitting fire or whatever, you know. If the music sucks, it means nothing, you know. You gotta be tight. You gotta bring the good, like the audio good, you know.
Okay.